This girl experienced a lot of scary-ish in her house, and the why at the end is unsettling. So Josie lived in a small town outside of Manitoba, Canada. She grew up there in a house trailer, and she had never moved in her entire life. Ever since she was little, though, she had always had these paranormal experiences, like scratching at her door, and she did not have any animals. Constantly waking up with unexplained marks all over her body and hearing walking in her hallway. She also sometimes experienced sleep paralysis, and she would often smell smoke, but she didn't really think anything of it because she was little. So at the age of 10 years old, she starts to watch Sam and Colby, and she learns more about the paranormal. She starts thinking about everything that had happened to her, and so she started researching the paranormal, and she learned a lot. One night, she's about 13 years old, and she's sitting in her rec room, and there's windows all around her. She has all the curtains closed, and she's just chilling on the couch watching a show when bang, bang, bang! Someone was banging on the window. She jumped up so fast, she was terrified, and she just sprints to her parents' room. She's like, there's somebody outside banging on the window. So her dad, of course, is like startled, and he goes to check, and there's no one outside. And remember, they live in the middle of the country. They live in the middle of nowhere. So her dad's like, you're just hearing stuff. Go back to the couch. Just relax. So she is hesitant, but she goes back to the couch, and she's like, all right, I'm just gonna relax. She sits down. She starts watching TV when bang, bang, bang. But this time it did not stop. It's just continuous banging. She's sitting there frozen in fear. And finally she gets the courage to get up, and she just whips open the curtain. She said there was no wind outside. There was no trees by the house. It couldn't have been a branch. And as soon as she went to go touch the window, it just stopped. And she just sat there frozen, staring at the window, freaked out of her mind. After this, more things started happening. More sleep paralysis, more things that she would hear and see. Doors would slam in her face. She would hear kids running down the hallway, and then she would hear them laughing in the hallway. And then she started waking up with marks on her body that were worse than before. So one day, she's home alone, she's doing dishes, and there's a window right in front of the sink, and then there's a rec room. The rec room was an addition, so they had a window from the kitchen to the rec room, if that makes sense. And then another window in the rec room to the outside. So she's doing the dishes, everything's fine, and she glances up into the rec room, and she sees something in the rec room. There's a full body apparition sitting in the rec room in a rocking chair, rocking back and forth. So she jumps back, looks away out of fear, and at this point she's thinking, I've never even seen a shadow person outside of sleep paralysis. What is happening right now? She then glances back, and it's gone, but the chair is still rocking. She was so scared that she calls her friend. Now, her friend didn't believe her, but she didn't care. She knew what she saw. After this, she started wondering why her house was haunted. Nothing happened in the house to cause it. It wasn't even an old house trailer. And her mom thought that there was another house that used to be there because they used to walk around the bush and they would find like brick everywhere. And there was also like this strip of concrete in the ground behind their house. So it looked kind of like a foundation. Well, just this year, her and her mom are outside and they're just hanging out outside. And this guy walks by and he's like, wow, this house looks different. And her and her mom are like, how? And he's like, well, that wasn't there. The trees used to be there. He says there was a brick house right there. And he points to that exact spot where that strip of concrete was behind their trailer. So Josie looks at him and she's like, a house? And he's like, yeah, a nice house. And a nice family lived there. And Josie goes, well, what happened? And he's like, well, a family lived there, 3 kids and a happily married couple. There was a disagreement between the father and his brother. And one night the brother came and he boarded up the entire house on the outside, made sure no one could get out of the house. And let's just say the next day when the police got there, the only thing left was ashes. There was one family member that wasn't inside, and it was the oldest boy, and it was because he was at a sleepover. So Josie was in absolute shock, but finally understands why her house is haunted, and it's because the land is unfortunately haunted. So what did you guys think about that story? First of all, I just want to say that the whole rocking chair thing does not sit right with me. I would probably lose it if I saw that. Yeah, I don't think I would like it very much. You know what makes me think about that banging on the window is really sad. Because if you think about it, I can't say it, but if you think about it, like banging on the doors and the windows, that's sad. That's really sad. Obviously, she smelled smoke, so that is a sad story. That is a sad haunting, and it makes me wonder, when that happens, is it residual? Like, was she experiencing something residual? Because I hope she was, because I hope that family was able to pass on and go to a better place. I hope that they aren't there, like, stuck. So that's the only thing that makes me sad, is I really hope that they were able to pass on and she is experiencing a residual haunting, right? But what do you guys think happened here? Well, obviously we know what happened, but what is your theory of this story? I would love to hear it. Drop it in the comments. Drop all your comments, suggestions, and opinions opinions below, but please, as always, be respectful. And with that being said, I'm now going to do my favorite part, which is the shout outs. Caitlin _ Emma _ get ready with me _ Dior. I hope I got that. Thank you so much. You left such a sweet comment, and I appreciate you so much for that. I appreciate you being a part of this community and for being kind and leaving kind comments. I appreciate you for watching my videos. It means so much to me that you watch them and that you like them. And I appreciate you being a girl's girl. That's my favorite when I see other girls in the comments. So thank you. You are absolutely awesome. And I hope you know that I love you, girl, and I appreciate you. And I can't talk. JM2519. You said something so nice. You commented on my storytelling style, and I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. It means so much to me because I work so hard on these stories, and sometimes I tell them when I am exhausted, and then I see your sweet comments and it makes me so happy. Like, I'm so exhausted right now, but then I read your comment and I'm like, you know what? I love this. I love doing this because of people like you. So thank you so much for being a part of my community. Thank you for watching my stories. Thank you for liking my stories. Thank you for leaving comments and pushing my video out. Thank you for being here. I hope you know how much I appreciate you and I love you. And with that being said, my name is Kajsa, and I tell your paranormal experiences on here or ones that you suggest to me every single night. So if you're into that, hit that follow button, and I just need you to do 3 things for me. And what are those? Oh, I forgot to say something. Thank you so much to you all for being my spooky babies. Okay, I just had to, throw that in there because I forgot. What? Where was I? Oh, yes. And I just need you to do 3 things for me. And what are those? Keep sending me your scary stories. Have a safe night. And what's the 3rd one? Stay with me. Have a spooky night. Love you guys so much. See you in the next one. Spooky kisses and haunted hugs.